Hey guys, it's been a while. Welcome to this week's episode of Keeping Up with the Adventures. Today we'll be going over some of the happenings of the latest two town halls and some other exciting infos. One project that made a recent appearance at a town hall was Loot Larp. Loot Larp, or Loot Live Action Role Playing, is a project which uses digi-physical NFT items. These NFT items are used in their app. Their app allows us to interface with our NFTs in real life. Essentially, their app acts like a sort of Pokemon Go, but loot experience, and maybe a bit more similar to Dungeons and Dragons. They showcase their app a bit, and in their app, you'll be able to quest, pick up items, make your own loot character in real life, which is actually you, and the quests seem interesting. For example, to become a spellcaster, it's actually a group quest, and a group quest that requires at least 20 people. So you'll have to team up and make contacts, and it's basically an MMO in real life. It's happening at NFT NYC in June. That's going to be amazing. Try and make it if you're in town. And now we have Super Cool. Super Cool is not exclusively a Lootverse project. They are essentially a hyperverse project. Hyperverse meaning a decentralized and open metaverse. And that's exactly what Loot is all about. Super Cool aims to facilitate the NFT creation process even for people who aren't artists. Essentially, creating should be easy. It's built by the community, and no game should be an island. On their white paper, for example, they say, we want your play experience and game items to come with you across games. That's why we're so excited about NFTs as a way to bridge between the different games you play. Essentially, they facilitate getting your NFTs on chain and making them work seamlessly across a wide variety of ecosystems and games. They are currently adding trade bags based on loot to their project, and this will make it easy for people to create loot stories and maybe games. It's an interesting addition to the Lootverse and a great addition to the Hyperverse. I can't wait to see more from them. One recent project that was demoed at a town hall is Avin Luten. Avin Luten is a system for creating on-chain generative stories. The community gets to participate in these stories, the creation, and even own parts of these stories, as well as make bets on how these stories will continue. Avin Luten is still in a beta phase and is still evolving right now, but you guys should definitely go to their website and their Discord and show these people some love. What they're making is very intriguing. One of the best things to come out this week is the release of the Loot quest board. After all, what are adventurers without a quest board? The Loot quest board essentially acts as a portal for finding people for your projects. For example, if you're a developer, you could say that you need people to write lore, or you need coders, etc. And people who are talented and want to contribute to the Loot ecosystem, who may have never heard of your project, would then go to the quest board and find and apply. And when you are a talented individual that would like to contribute to the Lootverse but don't know exactly where to start, you could just consult the quest board and get a good idea, as well as find new projects and maybe get in on the ground floor, or maybe even contribute to an existing project that has some openings. The Loot board is greatly needed and will definitely help to facilitate the development of our ever-expanding Lootverse. One of the most noteworthy events of the past 2 weeks is that the Genesis project is collaborating with Loot Explorers, giving us Genesis Adventures meets Loot Explorers, which is Genesis Explorers. One of the key differentiating aspects of Genesis Explorers from normal Loot Explorers is Genesis Explorers will have special edition heads representing the various orders and unique themed backgrounds. This collaboration is actually beneficial for both parties, and you can see some of the details on your screen, but for more information, I would advise joining either of these projects' Discords. And some members of our community were gracious enough to give us a sneak peek at something they are working on. Dungeons and Dragons Lootison. Essentially a D&D campaign based on the 5e rules and happening within the Lootverse. This campaign, but what they are building is honestly so much more than that. It's a virtual D&D platform with a precise focus on custom storytelling and community-generated NFTs. This D&D campaign will be all about the freedom that D&D can bring, while also interacting uniquely with NFTs. It's also going to be essentially a tabletop RPG. So there's going to be a lot of visualizing that we'll be able to do, and honestly, I can't wait to play it. They have not yet launched their website or their Discord, but they will in this future. Right now, they are looking for other people interested in building with them, although they already seem to have a very impressive team from what I can tell. If you're interested in this project, you can always contact Stellaris on the Loot Discord. And now we have our beloved Krypton Caverns, a key cornerstone of the realms and the Lootverse. But make no mistake, Krypton Caverns goes far beyond realms. In fact, many builders are actually working on top of Krypton Caverns as we speak. One such member decided to demo something he was working on. The conversation went something like this. Hey guys, let me show you something that I've been doing real quick. It'll only take like 5 minutes. So, as we all waited for the stream to start, our jaws dropped as we were greeted with what seemed like a AAA game built on procedurally generated Crypts and Caverns maps, with promises of multiplayer, PvE, and wow, our jaws just dropped in amazement. Honestly, no one was expecting that. No one knew it was coming. It was just like a shock. The creator of the game in question is actually looking for alpha testers and people who want to contribute to the development. But to do so, you'll need to sign an NDA. This is only a temporary measure, as in the future, development and progress will be community driven and open source, much like all other Lootverse projects. Wow, our ecosystem is really growing. Many builders are embracing the CNC ecosystem, from dungeon crawlers to AAA games with procedurally generated maps, and even to non-Lootverse projects. Honestly, you should join the CNC Discord and keep an eye out in their announcements. They have a lot planned for us. Well, that's all for now, folks. See you next week on Keeping Up with the Adventurers.